went to go walk in the house, and he picked me up by his hands and choked me.
I continued to get worse. I was dying slowly.
My name is Kevin Stalker. I haven't had a balanced home life. Well, my dad died when I was 7, and my mom was in and out of jail and on cocaine and other types of hardcore drugs, so I've just been in foster homes and shelters with different families.
I grew up with an eating disorder because I was in such a high-stress situation that my anxiety just got the best of me and I couldn't deal with all the tension. And so instead of dealing with it and coping with it, I just completely stopped eating.
I was taken from my home when I found out she was doing drugs again. I had a social worker come to my house, and they took me and my brothers and brought us to a foster care organization type thing. I can't even count all the foster homes I've been into.
My mother and father were part of a cult from the day that my mother was about 16. People were completely manipulated into something they never were before. From the psychological abuse that the cult brought, along came with so much of that stress, came physical abuse, and I became underweight by 30 pounds with a whopping eating disorder to go with it. And in the tension and in the stress, I couldn't bring myself to swallow a bite of food.
The most frustrating thing about being in all these foster homes, I was just money to all these people. I was not important. Like, they would have their own children. I was just another dollar bill in their house. Like, I was just nothing.
No one should ever feel alone, especially a child. With nowhere to go, what's the result? Crimes, gangs, drugs, teen pregnancy? Where's the promise? Where's the hope? The Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota County work within our communities to keep kids off the streets and give them a sense of pride and self-worth. They provide a safe, structured environment where the kids can learn, grow, and have fun, and more importantly, give them hope and opportunity for a bright future.
I was at the point where doctors were telling my parents that if they could get me to eat ice cream, to do it, because I was so underweight that if I didn't get some kind of calories, I would have to be hospitalized. And everything they tried to do seemed to make me a little bit worse, because I was always isolated at home.
Well, I had anger problems. I had pretty bad anger problems at school. I'm not sure if my father's death affected this. I was told it did. And I was told I was going to be a bad child when I grew up, that I was going to be into drugs, I was going to be an alcoholic. To this day, I haven't tried drugs or alcohol. And back then, I used to beat up kids in like the bathroom, like on the pavement. Like, I would throw pieces of ice at kids. Like, I was just really, really bad child. And when I moved to Sarasota, I was still bad. At the Boys and Girls Club, I was bad, but they helped me get through that. Like, they helped me overcome my anger problems, and to this day I don't have bad anger problems like I used to.
But then when I started going to the Boys and Girls Club, I finally was around people who weren't trying to force feed me, and that made it so much better. Food and meals didn't become this ordeal of stress and tension and just anger, and it finally was like, if you can't finish your food, that's okay. Just eat what you can. Take your time. People didn't say that to me. They said, you need to eat your food or else you're gonna die. They would try to sell me that, and I was 5 and I was so stressed out and I just couldn't do it and I didn't care. But when I went to the Boys and Girls Club, they let me eat at my own pace, and if I wanted more food, they'd find a way to get it to me. Thank you, Boys and Girls Club. You saved my life.
I wasn't just another dollar bill to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, I didn't have to pay when I first started going there, because they knew my situation. They knew how I was in and out of all these foster homes, how nothing was going right for me. The Boys and Girls Club was my family at the time. I'm so thankful for how my life is today. And I owe it all to the Boys and Girls Club and Melanie. And if I was never at the Boys and Girls Club, I would have never met Melanie, who is now my mother today. And I told her my story one day, and she asked me right on the spot that first day that I told her my whole story. She asked me if I wanted to come live with her, if I wanted to be adopted. I was shocked by that, and she was shocked by my story. It was really like touching how she just wanted to adopt right away. If I would have never been at the Boys and Girls Club, I would have never met her. Boys and Girls Club, they saved my life. Thank you, Boys and Girls Club.
Without the Boys and Girls Clubs in our community, there would be no success stories like Kevin and Emmy. And without your support, there would be no programs within our walls to teach drug and pregnancy prevention. No homework assistance and recreational programs. No course in leadership skills, finance management, and other classes that prepare our youth for adulthood.
Save my life.
Save my life.
Save my life.
Save my life.
Please support your Boys and Girls Clubs of Sarasota County. Make a difference in the life of a child, because great futures start here.